Okay, thank you so much. Today is a very special day, and I'm very honored to welcome everybody to the kickoff and to our first webinar in the course of our blended intensive staff program, PhD supervision in the 21st century. I was overwhelmed by the high level of interest that of participants, because we had so many people registering for the BIP. But unfortunately, for the on-site event, we had to limit the number of participants. Otherwise, we would have been like over 40 people mingling mingling in Villach. But yes, we still have a sizable number of participants that will travel to Villach in March, and we are very much looking forward to that. There will be over 24 international guests from 5 different universities. So it's great for QS, it's great for us, for the organizers, for Carmen and me, but also for our co-organizers, Costas and Pablo and the others from the Athena network. I don't want to take too much time to talk here. Again, a very warm welcome to this wonderful BIP, and I'm very much looking forward to the discussions, to the insights that we get into different aspects of doctoral and research supervision. In the first weeks, we will get a lot of impressions about different ways of organizing doctoral schools. We will have then in February a discussion round on professional doctorates and the opportunities that professional doctorates the form of professional doctorates might provide to universities of applied sciences. In March, we will then have a discussion round focusing on on attempts to create transnational structures and to find synergies in doctoral education at European universities. And finally, we will have our great 1 week on-site program with lots of activities. Again, a lot of discussion, possibilities for discussion, but also learning opportunities throughout the whole program. I would really love to give the word also to my dear colleague Carmen Ohmann from the Didactic Center at our university, with whom I organized, with whom together I organized the event, or I'm organizing the event in Villach. So Carmen, maybe you can say a few words too.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Julia, for the nice introduction. Hello, and a very warm welcome also from my side, from the Center for Teaching and Learning here at our university. And I had a pleasure together with you, Julia, to design the BIP. So I'm really looking forward to meet and see you all in March at QS. So I'm looking forward to the collaboration and to all the steps who are lying before us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And before I give over the word to Costas, who will introduce our guest of honor today, I would like to everybody to switch on the cameras so I can take a picture for a nice report that we can then share on our website and also in social media. Okay. I don't know how to take pictures with my computer, so I will take it with my phone. I'm sorry for that, but you will not notice that I'm doing that with my phone. Okay, Pablo, maybe. Okay, then 1, 2, 3. Yay. Okay, thank you. Costas, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Julia. Hello from my side. I'm not an Austrian, I'm Greek. I'm coming from the Hellenic Mediterranean University, and we are very happy to collaborate under the coordination of QAS in this blended intensive program. I think it's like an excellent initiative for the training and the professional development of staff. And I hope that this kind of activity will link, as I said at the very beginning, other activities that happen through this network. I reminded to you a very nice event that Agata, our speaker today, organized last September in Lublin, that a lot of experts about doctoral studies arrived and discussed challenges and policies that this kind of field faces. But also, you know, Skirmande in Vilnius Tech organizes every year in June, July, I don't remember, June, July, a very nice event for students, PhD students, and a lot of people from the doctoral, you know, that are involved in PhD supervision. We are traveling to the beautiful city of Vilnius, and we share our mistakes and our experiences with the PhD students. So, but Skirmande will say more things next week on the next week actually through her talk. So now the time is like to Professor Zietek, Agata. So Agata is a professor in International Relations Department Institute of Political Science and Public Administration, Faculty of Political Science and Journalism in the University Marie Curie Skłodowska. And since 2019, she's a director of Doctoral School of Social Sciences. So today, Professor Agata Zietek, she is going to share with us her experiences, the activities, the actions, but also the challenges that the doctoral school in University Marie Curie Skłodowska in Poland faces. So the floor is to Agata, and personally I would like to thank Agata for her availability and her contribution within the framework of this online session as a part of this blended intensive program. Agata, the floor is yours, and thank you very much again.
Thank you, Kostas, for such a nice presentation, and thank you for having me here and give me opportunity to share my experience with the doctoral school at our university. I have a presentation, so let me share my screen. I don't know, can you see it? Yeah, I hope yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
If you can place it in a full screen, it will be even better.
Is it okay?
Yes, excellent.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So as Kostas said, I work at Institute of International Relations at Maria Curie Skłodowska University. So let me introduce our city and our university firstly. If you don't know, where is it? So it is located in the east part of Vistula River in Poland. And our city, Lublin, is quite academic city because we have altogether 5 public universities plus a few private ones. So in Lublin, it's a very good atmosphere for study, for doing research, and Lublin as a city and also government, local government allowed and tried to encourage university to cooperate together and also create good place for the study. So the Lublin altogether we have more or less 80,000 of students. So you can see it's a quite visible large number of young people who coming every year to study, to do their degree. Also, if we talk about Lublin, sometimes when some people, where you came from, I said from Lublin, and people, where? Dublin? No, not Dublin. It's Lublin. So it's in Poland, not in Ireland. But what I can say, I think nowadays Lublin is have a very good location, so it's quite easily accessible by public transportation. We have airport, it's quite easy to access by train, by bus, or by car, and also the cost of living is quite affordable. So why the Lublin itself is quite attractive for the students and also for the PhD students. And of course, I have to promote my city, and I have to say that in 2023, our city hold the title of European Capital of Youth, and in 2029, we will hold the title of European Capital of Culture. So that, I think, it's also a good achievement for the city, but also for the academia. If we talk about university, Maria Curie Skłodowska University, it is the largest public university in this part of Poland, and also, as you know, we are part of a network, Athena European University, and also because of good condition of education and our other achievements, our university achieved HR Excellence in Research Award from European Commission. So talking about the doctoral school in Poland and and especially at our university in 2019, actually, in the academic year 2019-2020, a new structure for doctoral studies was introduced at our university, and it was consequences of new regulation, new law, which was introduced in 2018, and the new regulation, new law in Poland, education law, said that the PhD education should be run under the doctoral schools. So before that, we have like doctoral programs. So with each faculty or institute, each faculty in each institute have its own doctoral students and all its own doctoral program. Now it's a bit different idea. So as you can see, we have at our university, we have 3 doctoral schools, but I should underline that there is no one model, not one solution how to run doctoral program, but all the programs run within the doctoral schools. So we have at our university we have 3 doctoral schools. So you can see School of Humanities and Art, Doctoral School of Social Science, which I represent, and Doctoral School of Quantitative and Natural Sciences. At that moment, we offering education in 25 different disciplines. Also, our school is not, all schools are not a huge one. So altogether, we have about 200 doctoral students, which is not a large number compared, for example, to Warsaw University or to Wrocław University or to Poznań universities. They have bigger schools, but we, because of the location and also because of other issues, we decided that the number of students will be quite limited. In all 3 schools, doctoral schools, we have I can say quite large number of foreign students. Altogether at that moment it's 16%, but also at my school, Doctoral School of Social Sciences, we have 28% of doctoral students, candidates who are foreigners. Yeah, so that is a new element in our education. And from the beginning, we focus on a process of internationalization, and I will say a few words later on. But what is important, I think, is to focus on our study program, our curriculum. So at our school, the program, study program, lasts 8 semester, which means 4 years, and it's combined on teaching curriculum, but also with individual research plans. So those two elements are interconnected. And if we look at the teaching curriculum, you can see we have like 3 parts of in that. First of all, we offer to our students core courses, and those core courses are mandatory, and the topics include research methodologies, ethics, how to create academic career, how to write an articles, etc., etc. And the aim of these core courses is mostly to develop research skills, presentation abilities for our students, create a teamwork, and also some teaching competencies. Then the second element is elective courses. So we offer every year we offer elective courses, and students, PhD students, can choose from 3 or 4 courses every semester. So they can choose subject which they find interesting, but also we try to offer them courses which are interdisciplinary, so they can gain some knowledge from different discipline, and to know more about the contemporary world, for example. And also what is important when we offer these elective courses, we also try to invite professors from other universities, from Poland or from abroad. So I think it's also important for the students, for PhD students, to have a chance to listen to other scholars and to have a different perspective. And the third element is discipline courses, and these courses provide an in-depth understanding of the chosen academic disciplines and also its latest development, and they are run for different disciplines. Yeah, so the students who represent like law, they have their own courses, or political science, they have their own courses, etc. And I said that we have also individual research plan, and I will focus on this individual research plan in a few minutes. But as I said, from the beginning, university itself, but also our doctoral school and the other doctoral schools which are run at our university, has emphasized the process of internationalization. So we are very much focused on this process. We would like to be part of this process, and how we implement or how do we understand the internationalization. Now, first of all, we try to, we have prepared the entire doctoral programs in English. So that means that we so that means that we offer to our PhD students two possibilities, two tracks. So they can study in Polish or they can study in English. Even Polish PhD students can choose the English track. Yeah, so these are two tracks, Polish and English. Yes, and mostly all disciplines have entire doctoral programs in English, except in our case, in Doctoral School of Social Sciences, there is three exceptions: law, pedagogy, and psychology. They say they don't want to provide a whole course in English. Law is quite understandable, yes. But sometimes it's quite difficult to encourage academic staff to prepare the whole program in English as an optional, yes, as an option, not obligatory, but as an optional. But also we try to encourage our students, even those who participate in Polish track, yes, to have some courses in English, and they are obligatory. So we said you have to. We try to push them to participate in courses or seminars taught in English. Also, usually they have been taught by foreign academics or foreign experts. Also, we try to implement or we try to be in this process of internationalization through a so-called mentoring program. And I think it's quite interesting idea. So of course, sometimes it's difficult to implement, but we have some success on that matter. That we offer our PhD students possibility to consult with foreign experts. Yeah, so we invite with, of course, if supervisor agree and if the PhD student is interested in, we can invite a professor from different university from abroad to consult the project or some research. And as Kostas mentioned that about Agnieszka Paczyński from George Mason University, for example, she was one of the mentors for our PhD candidate, and I think it's important because it was not only short time consultation, but usually student create some kind of good connection with the mentor, so they can always approach to the mentor and ask, for some advice, some support. So I think it's quite good. Also, our PhD students could participate in international exchanges. So first of all, under Erasmus. But also, and I think it's one of our biggest achievement is that we only on the market from 2019. So 3 times we receive grant from a national agency of academic exchange. So this is government institution, and we receive grants for internationalization process. So that give us a chance, for example, to subsidize study visit or internship in foreign institution for our PhD students. As I said, we receive 3 times. The last program finish in December 2024, and we start a new NAVA program, NAVA-STER program, in 2025 in January. So tomorrow we will have meeting with all the members of the doctoral schools, because we plan many activities, so we have to organize, and it will be run for 3 years. Yeah, the money we receive is quite good. It's about 2 million zlotys. So I think it's quite reasonable amount of money to support our students. And thanks to those money, we, for example, can increase international enrollment. So because we can offer, for example, scholarship for top foreign doctoral students, but also what is interesting, we can, and it's quite a novelty in this program, we can offer also a scholarship for Polish students who did their MA degree in foreign institutions. So we try to make them, we try to attract them to return to Poland and to do a PhD degree in Polish universities. And of course, host visiting professor and also organize expert seminars, as Kostas said. The last was in September, October 2024, and I think it was very good platform to exchange some ideas how to run doctoral schools. How internationalization look like from different perspective, from the students' perspective, but also from professor from different universities. And as I said, we have the second part of the curriculum is individual research plan, and I can say this individual research plan is a very essential part of doctoral program. And the research plan is prepared during the first year of the study together with the supervisor, and also it's in this research plan, PhD students have to or should outline all stages of research, including the publication, conferences, internship, grant proposal, etc. So all those elements should be included in this research plan. And this research plan, of course, should be presented to the scientific council. And scientific council, when it's approved, it is accepted, and the doctoral students should act within this with this research plan. And what is important also, the progress of implementation, this individual research plan is evaluate during the mid-program after the fourth semester. So this is a kind of mid-program review, and doctoral school together with the scientific institute council appoints a committee that evaluates the progress and implementation of this individual research plan. And if evaluation is negative, if this result have, of course, its consequences with the removal from the doctoral school, yes, from the list of the doctoral students. And what is also important to add, that if the PhD student received negative evaluation, there is no way to return to the doctoral school. Yeah, so it's so this is final. So we do not trust you. We don't think that you have ability to finish your PhD thesis. So that is very important time. Between us, sometimes when I see that some doctoral students, they don't have ability or they don't work hard enough, so probably the results would be not quite positive, sometimes I advise them, maybe you should, postpone your study and to catch up, what you have planned, and then return. So sometimes it's better to not go through this mid-program review. Recruitment to the doctoral programs at our university. In case of Doctoral School of Social Sciences, the recruitment process consists of 2 stages, and within the it also, I think it is important that recruitment to the Doctoral School of Social Science is organized once a year. There are some differences, for example, in doctoral schools of quantitative science, because they recruit doctoral candidates to some kind of programs, some kind of grants. So sometimes they recruit during the academic year. So the recruitment is like, never-ending story in some cases. In case of Doctoral School of Social Science, we organize a recruitment once a year. And as I said, it's 2 stages. So on the first stage, candidates submit an application, some kind of letter of motivation, but also what is the most essential, research project, proposal, yes? And this proposal is evaluated by a committee, and the candidate should obtain the minimum 35 points to be asked to come for interview. So the second stage is interview. So the meeting with the commission, and then commission can ask some detailed question about the research, the methodology, etc. So that is very, 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 very important. And what is also, because at our school, at Doctoral School of Social Sciences, we have 10 disciplines, and we only offer 22 places for 10 disciplines. So there is no limits for each discipline. So for example, we don't say, okay, for law, we have 2 places this year. For international relations, we have 3 places. 22 places for all 10 disciplines, which means that we recruit the best candidates, yes? And every year we have more or less like 90 applications. So I think it's quite competitive, yes? And the most application are for the law, international relations, political science, then economics and finance. It's also quite popular. So, but of course it depends on academic year. And of course, if you will have any questions, I'm ready to ask, but Costa said I will mention about some of our achievements and challenges. So if we talk about achievements, I think that one of the achievement is that we have a quite big number of international candidates who try to become a member of our doctoral school. Maybe one of explanation is that I don't know if you heard about that. In our system, every PhD student receives a scholarship. monthly scholarship, and the study at the doctoral school is free of charge, no tuition, no fee. So I think it's very, very attractive, because in many universities in Europe you have to pay to be a PhD student, and you should apply for some scholarship. So the government subsidize PhD education programs, and all students, doesn't matter, Polish citizens or foreign students, they receive the same amount of money, and it's free of charge. It doesn't matter for Polish citizens or for foreign. So why we notice a growing number of interest from foreign from international foreign candidates. Another achievement, I think, is that PhD students, our PhD students participate in internships in foreign research centers, and it is one of the achievement, but also one of the challenge, because what we have found that sometimes it's difficult to push them to go to abroad, to go to another institution, and but when they return to Poland, when they return, they always, oh my God, it was so fantastic. We learn a lot. We have different perspective now, etc. But sometimes it's quite difficult to make this first step, yes. But we observed a growing number of students, PhD students, who participate in or take this chance to get internship in foreign research centers. I mentioned already a mentoring program for PhD students. I think it's one of our achievement, and we will carry on this mentor program in the future. Visiting professor program also it's one of the achievement. Expert seminar, as I mentioned already, and also we have the possibility to visit other doctoral schools in Europe. For example, in November, we together with my colleague from Doctoral School of Quantitative Studies, we visited Bristol universities, and it was very, very interesting visit for us. So we have very, very tight plan. So we spoke with people who are in charge on different kind of education and doctoral level of study. So I think it was, for us, it was very informative and very interesting experience. And I think that one of the achievement is our visibility, so recognition of Maria Curie Skłodowska University abroad. To make our university and our program more attractive for foreign students. And what's also one of the achievement is that we. I think it's quite. I'm very proud of it, because it was my idea. I try to encourage our PhD students to create some kind of student society, a scientific society, and they organize this society, and they organize many events, and they are very active, not only in their research. So they not only focus on the PhD as program, but also they try to create some kind of network inside university, but also with other PhD students from different universities in Poland. So I think it's also one of the achievement we have. And also I think one of the achievements is our office, doctoral school office, which is very well organized. we have only two people in the office for 200 students, and two ladies. They are very well organized, and they are very helpful, to carry on the program and in our administration procedure. And what are the challenges? One challenge, and I think the most important, is the people. One of the challenge from my perspective is how to change the way of thinking, mostly of senior academic staff. Regarding the role of doctoral schools. Because as I said, the doctoral school in Poland, schools are a new body. So we have not been recognized. In 2 years, no one knows that we exist. So most of the staff, maybe not most, but some of the staffs, they still think in the old way. Yes, old procedures. So, there's they are okay. Is there any doctoral school? So what is it? I think slightly we can see some changes. So they recognize doctoral schools. So also, to solve this problem, we organize workshop for supervisors, for example, and it was a good idea, but in my opinion, at our university, it should be some systematic solution. For example, that if you want to become a supervisor, you should have some training before you become, because we observe some problems like interpersonal contacts. Yes, it is work between supervisor and PhD student, and there are some problems which appear, and sometimes we don't know how to solve those problems because they are quite complicated, let's say. Also, what is one of the challenges in our case is the better communication between discipline institutes and doctoral schools, because there is sometimes the misunderstanding. For example, what I notice is that PhD students they don't know where they belong. Do they belong to the doctoral school or do they belong to the institute? Yes. So it should be, they should know that they do some research institute. They should feel that they are part of the institution. They are part of the scientific team. So that is one of the challenge. Improving supervision. It's also one of the challenge. I noticed that sometimes the supervision is not implemented correctly, let's say. What else? Money. I said that every student receives scholarship, but I also noticed that the money they receive sometimes is not enough, to survive. So they're looking for another job or additional income, and that also have its consequences, because if they focus on other activities, not on the scientific one, then they have faced problems to finish PhD dissertation in time. Also, one of the challenge is that we would like to expand our cooperation with other institutions. For example, in our case, we would like to have more option with, for example, double diploma or co-tutel. We still face this problem, so that is one of the challenge. And also we would like to attract foreign PhD students to come to Poland, to come to our university, to come to our PhD for internship. So we're sending our students, but we do not receive. So maybe thanks to Athena, we can, create this kind of network and exchange PhD PhD students. And one of the challenge, actually, it's not our thought, but probably you can notice in your country also a not stable law environment. So they change the law quite often. So we do not have the stable law environment. The changing regulation, that it's also one of the obstacle how to operate. But I don't want to be very pessimistic in the end. So I think that we can create at our university good opportunity for our students, for our PhD students, and our doctoral schools. All doctoral schools is based on a motto by our patron Maria Curie-Skłodowska. Nothing in life is to be heard, it is only to be understood. Yes, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Agata, for this very informative and beautiful presentation. We can start the session now of questions. I will start from the chat. I can see my colleague, Professor Cleo Kutra, has placed 2 questions. Cleo, either I'm going to read the question or you can switch on your microphone. All right, the floor is mine then. No? Thank you. What are the available resources or funding options for scholarships? The first question. And the second, let's move to the first, and then I will move to the second from my colleague. Agata, the floor is yours.
Okay, so the students, PhD students, they can apply for different scholarship. For example, we have a national agency, science agency, and they have applied for, we call it Preludium grant. But to be honest, it is also obligatory. So in most disciplines, they expect students that they will apply, they will prepare a project. But to be honest, because of the financial issue and the very limited budget, it's extremely difficult to receive this grant. And in our case, at our school, only one PhD student received this grant so far. So it is extremely difficult. But also, as I said, as a doctoral school, we receive a grant from a national agency of academic exchange. But also there are some options for the students, to apply for individual grants.
And I would like to ask you something. Self-funded PhD students, they cannot apply if they satisfy the academic qualifications?
Can you repeat it?
I mean, if someone satisfies the academic qualifications that you have placed as a standard, and he would like or she would like to pay by her family, like self-funded PhD students, do you have such a cases? Can you accept?
No, we have, yes. Okay. So, no. As I said, the education, it's free of charge. There is no tuition, but also, we have 2 tracks, but one track is under the doctoral school. And the second option is, that you can do it, individually, but you are not under the doctoral school. So we just prepare the PhD, dissertation. You can discuss with some professor from the scientific institute, but then you have to pay for everything. So it's quite costly, and of course, if you have family who can support it, and there is an option, but then you are not a PhD student.
So you can, no one under self-funded option can be a doctoral school student. This is, I think that, I don't know, it looks to me strange this. If someone is an excellent and would like to pay and you don't have so much funding, You are missing an opportunity.
Yeah, well, you can, someone can subsidize, if the student who wants to go abroad, if student wants to do something, and
Yes.
and the doctoral school does not have such a money, to subsidize some kind of research, because sometimes in social sciences, the students, I remember it was a few years ago, 2 years ago, the student, PhD student, asked me, to subsidize his research, and it was so doing some interviews. So he wanted to hire some agency, yes, and it was very costly. I said, no way, we don't have money to subsidize this kind of research. So of course, if someone can do it for him, of course, or for her, it's their business. We do not interfere.
Thank you. And the second question from my colleague, Professor Cleo Kutra, is the following. Under which framework are the workshops for supervisor organized?
The workshop was organized twice so far for the workshops, and we the idea was that we invited experts or people from foreign institution or from Poland, and the aim was that they share their experience, how they solve some problems with when they have doctoral students. We also have like soft skills training with psychologists who try to share her knowledge, how to solve interpersonal problems. So that was two workshops for the supervisor. But to be honest, we try to encourage supervisor to participate, but most of the people were not very much interested. They said, "Well, we don't need it," especially the older generation of the problem. But it was very interesting and very for the younger generation.
Thank you very much, Agata, for the answers. I have, because in Greece, the second question, the third question comes from me, since I cannot see other questions in the chat. So in Greece, we still follow the old model. So one approach regarding PhDs. I have studied a lot the bibliography. I totally support your model. That the PhD studies should be organized under doctoral studies program for various reasons. But I would like to tell me, as an expert, what kind of differences regarding the quality of the PhD graduate students have you observed until now, compared the old model that you just introduced in 2019? So you have experienced, the old model and the new model. What are the main differences, and why do you suggest the organization of PhD studies under doctoral schools?
Yeah, one of the achievement I can say is that under the old model, the number of the doctoral scholars was enormous. So each discipline, for example, recruit 10, 20, 15 PhD students. So it was a big number, but from this big number of the PhD, none of them finish a PhD on time. And also some of them receive money. So it was waste of money, to be honest, because some of them receive some scholarship, let's say, but the efficiency was very, very low. Now, the idea was that it's not quantity, but quality. It's the most important. So not the numbers, but the people who decided to be a PhD students. They have to go through very tough procedure. They have the recruitment. So I think when we think about the new model, we recruit better candidates, yes, to be a PhD. So that is one of the one of the good achievement of this doctoral school idea. But as I said, in Poland, the model of the doctoral school are various. There's no one model. So if for example, if you will talk with my colleague from Warsaw University, they have colleges, yes, doctoral school colleges, and only, for example, for international relations or for political sciences, yes. So the model is a bit different. So it depends on the university and depends on the budget they have, etc., etc.
Thank you. And my last question, since I can see people are, all of us, we are busy, is do you offer to your doctoral candidate any pedagogical type of courses? Because I could see research skills,
Yes.
I could see soft skills. I'm following your presentation, but what about pedagogy expertise? Because some of them, they should be supervisors. You need to direct them and motivate students. What about this? Or become a teacher?
Yes, you mean if the students, if the students they receive, yes, PhD students, yes, they have courses. They have courses, how to run classes, how to solve some problems. So yes, they have this kind of courses. Yes, yes, it is important because probably some of them become an academic and they will have their own courses. Yes, in the future.
I'm asking because in Greece we based in our instinct. That's why. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
your
To be
response.
honest, yes, everywhere we base on our instinct. When I remember, when I was a young researcher, it's also, it was based mostly on my instinct, or I copy some methods which I learned from my supervisor or my mentor. Yes. But also we provide at our doctoral school, we provide courses as didactic courses. Yes, how to teach, how to have contact with the students and with the professors.
Thank you, Agata. Now the floor is to my colleague, Professor Vangelis Kokinas, for the last question in order to close. Thank you,
Agata. Thank you, Kostas. Thank you, Agata, for the very nice presentation. I would like to ask you something about the procedure, the recruitment procedure. You say that the first step is the application, and then is the interview. The application, the student makes the application, of course.
Yes.
And about the research project proposal, the student must have talked with something, let's say, with one professor about the research proposal first, and then do the application.
Yeah, it is. It is very flexible. So we expect that the students will come to us with some kind of proposal. Usually, some students discuss this kind of proposal with some professor from the university. And also when they send the application, also sometimes with the letter of motivation, also we ask them, to submit a letter of recommendation. Yes, so some students they combine all those things. So before they present a proposal, they also discuss this proposal with the possible supervisor. So yes. So, but what is I said? It's like they come to us and they have some kind of idea. So the idea was that they should propose something for the doctoral schools. What kind of interesting research topic they want to do within the doctoral school, within some discipline.
So the theme of the proposal is come from the students, okay?
Yes. Yes, the proposal can, but also it was an option. For example, in doctoral school of quantitative studies, they have different. They also have the possibility that supervisor have a project and they need students, PhD students, to be part of this project. So the recruitment in Doctoral School of Quantitative and Natural Science is a bit different compared to social sciences. Also, in our cases, there is a possibility if professor has some project, yes, and can have a student who can help to implement this project. There is also a possibility, you know, to become a PhD student. Also, we have I don't know, is it the right translation? We call it implemented PhD, which means that it is a kind of combination that, you know, if you work, for example, in some agency or business, and your boss said, okay, maybe you can do some research on some specific project. So then they firstly they have to write a project. They submit this project to the Ministry of Education, and if they receive the grant, then they can apply to the doctoral school. So there are different options. You know, I make it very simple, but of course, if professor have a project, he can recruit candidates to be part of it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Vangelis. Thank you, Agata, for the question and the response, respectively. So I think now it's time to close the session. I would like to remind you that next week, on the 17th of January, at 3 o'clock CET, not 1 o'clock CET, of course, you are going to receive an update and a reminder from the organizers. We're going to have the opportunity and the honor to host the director of the doctoral school in Vilnius Tech in Lithuania, Associate Professor Skirmante Mozurlunaite. And she's going to, the title of her talk is going to be Opportunities and Challenges of Doctoral Studies, the case study of the Vilnius Tech Doctoral School. Skirmante is here, I can see. Hi, Skirmante. Probably in 30 seconds, you can describe to our colleagues, what are you going to discuss about?
Well, as already mentioned,
30 seconds. Already.
I'm going to present our doctoral school. I'm going to tell you the challenges and probably the things that we're going to implement in the near future, how to tackle them.
So we can compare
yes.
our experience with yours.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you all for your participation. I will upload the recordings within our website of the online part of this BIP. Stay safe and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.